Something major just happened in Cleveland that goes beyond a simple roster move. The Browns have released defensive end Ogbo Okoronkwo, and while that might not sound like headline news to the average fan, it actually says a lot about where this team is headed. Before we dive in, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It's free, takes just a second, and you can always change your mind later. Why Ogbo's release matters. Okoronkwo wasn't just another player on the depth chart. He was a fan favorite when he signed a 3-year, $19 million deal with the Browns. Coming off a solid season in Houston, the analytics community loved him. He had high pressure rates and win percentages in pass rush situations. Many believed he could break out in Cleveland if given more snaps, but in reality, that breakout never came. In 2 seasons, Ogbo totaled just 7.5 sacks, far below expectations for someone brought in to be a complementary threat opposite Myles Garrett. In 2023, he aimed for a 10-sack season and finished with just 3. Yes, he dealt with injuries and returned for the playoff game, which shows toughness, but the production just wasn't there. What this says about the Browns' strategy releasing Ogbo now, right before training camp, signals more than just a performance issue. This is about direction, expectations, and youth movement. If you're cutting a veteran who's still under contract, it means you're confident in the talent behind him. And right now, that talent is headlined by Isaiah McGuire, a player who flashed big-time potential late last season. When Zadarius Smith was traded and Wright got hurt, McGuire stepped up. He was explosive, disruptive, and hungry. If he's taken another leap this offseason, the Browns likely feel ready to give him a much bigger role. Add to that a healthy Wright and the addition of Joe Tryon-Shoyinka, a former first-rounder from Tampa Bay who hasn't found his footing yet but still has upside. And suddenly the Browns' edge room looks younger, faster, and deeper. The timing is telling. The Browns could have made this move months ago or during the draft, but instead, they waited until now. That tells me this wasn't a cap space decision. It was about clearing a path for younger players to take over and sending a message. The Browns' defense, which was elite in 2023, took a step back in 2024. They weren't terrible, but they dropped from top 3 to somewhere in the 12 to 16 range. And with an offense that still has question marks, the identity of this team is rooted in defense. That means every roster move on this side of the ball carries weight, evaluating the risk. This move also shows how GM Andrew Berry evaluates talent. Signing Ogbo was a projection. He looked great in limited reps in Houston, so the front office hoped he'd blossom with more opportunity. But when that didn't happen, they didn't hang on just because of the contract. They admitted the miss and moved on. That's how good teams stay competitive, by not doubling down on sunk costs. And no, this isn't a direct comparison to the Deshaun Watson situation. That's a totally different financial universe. But the principle still applies. You don't keep a player just because you paid him. If he's not producing, you pivot. The kicker factor. Interestingly, the Browns made room for a kicker by cutting Ogbo. That kicker is Andre Smith, brought in to compete with Dustin Hopkins, who had a rough 2023 season. Missed field goals, PEATs, it cost games. So bringing in competition makes sense. But if you're cutting a rotational defensive end to make room for a kicker, it tells you just how low Ogbo was on the team's priority list. What this means moving forward, the Browns are getting younger and leaner on defense with McGuire, Wright, and Tryon-Shoyinka, all under 26, and Myles Garrett still in his prime. The edge room is full of potential, but potential comes with growing pains. Some weeks, these guys might get pushed around, but other weeks, you're going to see bursts of elite explosiveness. The Browns are betting that the upside of their young core is greater than the steady but limited production Ogbo offered. And if that bet pays off, this move will look smart in hindsight. This isn't just about releasing a role player, it's about a philosophical shift. The Browns are trimming the fat, setting a higher standard, and opening the door for the next wave of talent. They're not just stockpiling names anymore. They're focusing on production and potential. If McGuire takes that next step, if Wright stays healthy, and if Tryon-Shoyinka finally puts it all together, the Browns' edge rotation could quietly become one of the more exciting units in the league. But for now, we'll keep an eye on that room because one thing is clear, Cleveland's bar for performance just got higher. Let me know what you think. Was releasing Ogbo the right move? Do you believe in the young edge rushers stepping up? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And again, if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Your support truly helps us grow, and we've got a lot more Browns content coming your way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.